So this is our Gorilla Platoon member Dom from Canada, and we transformed Dom from obviously looking like this to now looking like this, like real top 1% aesthetic physique. Why I make this video is Dom knew how to get in shape. I think you know how to get in shape. I think you understand 1 gram per pound of body weight of protein. I think you understand hit the muscle twice per week in the gym, sleep 8 hours, do your cardio. I think you actually understand how to get in shape. I really do. I actually don't think the tactics is your main issue, and it wasn't for him. The main issue, and you can see it in the face of the two photos, you can see the difference. The reason you're struggling to get in shape is not really the tactics. It's actually how you see yourself, and it's understandable. If you look like this, I can appreciate how you're going to see yourself. And the people around you, your friends, family, they're going to have also seen you in a certain way. They're then going to act in a certain way towards you. Now, what does this actually look like? Well, you've seen yourself as guy that just can't really get in shape, can't stick to a plan for long enough. And that's why you've just looked like this for the longest period of time. So, like, you've tried to get in shape, you've understood the tactics, you've set off on this plan, but the people around you have been like, oh, Timmy's going to try and get in shape again. He's at it again. It's only the 6th time he's done it. And when people think that of you and they say it enough to you, unfortunately, you're going to end up believing it because you don't have any evidence to say that's not true. Getting started, getting your first bit of traction on this journey is literally golden because that is not real just traction, that's data points. As soon as you actually take the mindset of, and this is the only difference between the I can tell you now, you can like see the difference in the physique. It's 20% the physique difference. It's 80% what goes on between your eyes. You must understand first and foremost, if it has been done by another man, then why not me? And the only difference is like what you generally believe. The difference between these two photos is one guy and you will probably believe, I just can't seem to stick to something for long enough. Life always comes up. I'm just not that guy. Whereas the other guy just believes, no. With enough time and effort, I can get a physique like this too. If it's been done by another man, I can get another physique like this. The only difference between the two people is your self-image and how you see yourself. Now, how did your self-image get tarnished and look in such a certain way? Well, you acted within accordance with what your standard for things was. So if you had quite a low standard for like, we can take the cleanliness of your apartment. If I was to go in there right now and lift up the toilet seat, like how clean is it really? Is there piss stains? There probably is piss stains, isn't there? There's probably piss stains on your toilet right now. If I was to say, show me your fingernails right now, there's white bits. You can see white bits on your fingernails, can't you? Is there a little like mark or piece of dirt on your t-shirt? Probably. That's your self-image. That's your standard. That's what you're okay with. The reason you've looked like this for the longest period of time is, unfortunately, and you've tried to make change, but you've actually been okay with it. How do we know this? Because if it was that painful to you, you'd have changed. You'd have made the change. Like, if I was to take away half your income right now, but I said you can have it back as long as you walk 10,000 steps every day, you're doing the steps. They were done 6 a.m. this morning. Because that would be so uncomfortable, that'd be so painful to you because half your income's gone. Like you're literally going to go hungry, you can't pay your bills because someone's taken away the food, someone's taken away the money. So you would go and get it done because that'd be so uncomfortable for you. The problem with a lot of you is you've let your standards drop that much. You've kept this body for the longest period of time. You're like, it's not that bad. Like I can kind of see a bit of shape to my chest. Is that an ab coming through at the top? Like, that's I didn't mean to click through that video, but that's generally where you've got to. And side note, by the way, I actually didn't mean to click on this, but like this is what we do for guys inside our coaching program, the Gorilla Platoon. I actually didn't mean to click on this, but while we're here, I may as well show you that this is what we do for people on a weekly basis. We get them results like this, and we speak about them online. So link in the description. But let's get back to what we were talking about. For the longest period of time, you've been okay with how you look with this, which is sad, right? It is sad. Like, you should generally want the highest things for you because, like, no human being is special. Like, if we would just look at two names, first name, surname, on paper and didn't know who they were from Adam, they could be anything. They could be a king. They could be an astronaut. They could be a doctor. They could be anything. You can be anything. But A lot of you have been conditioned to believe you're not going to be something, and you've, for some reason, been like able to adopt that, and you've kept it. Your self-image is that of yourself. So your issue is not the training split. Your issue is not the tactics, the knowledge, the advice. That's not your issue. Your issue is your psychology of yourself. Your issue is you're okay with looking like this. And because you're not in enough pain, you're not willing to change. So we need to raise your standard. We need to raise your standard of how you see yourself. And you need to get pissed off. You need to get pissed off at yourself first and foremost, that you've let yourself get to this condition and been okay with it. You need to get pissed off that other people have got the things that you want, in this case specifically the body. And you need to go and act in accordance with the guy that could go and get the things. The difference between these two people is, one guy's thinking, life is happening to me. This happened, then this happened, this and this happened. And do you know what? Typically speaking, I've seen people that just get they just get slapped around by life. There is always something that's happening to them. And I see other people that look like this. Life just seems to go their way all the time, day after day after day. They're bouncing from one thing to the next, and life's just progressing. And I generally believe, without getting too philosophical about this, the universe works in that way. When you're in a negative spiral, you're just attracting more negative stuff, which then confirms the negativity. When you're in this spiral, it's you act in accordance with positivity. You believe everything good is going to happen to you. Because you're kind of looking out for those things, it does happen to you, which then confirms it again even more. And again, this was how your belief was given to yourself in the first place. You acted in a certain way. People gave you feedback on that, which confirmed that you need to act that way. But unfortunately, it was not a good space for you. It was bad. The same way, like if we said, go out today and I want you to look at every Nissan car, just like see how many Nissan cars are. You'd be like, there's fucking loads of Nissan cars. And it's not that there wasn't before. It's just that you're looking for it. Where there's a lot of you are looking for negative things, confirming the belief that negative things happen to you, when it needs to be the opposite. You need to generally believe life is happening for you so you can grow. In a weird, like arrogant way, you need to see yourself as like, you are special. You were put on this earth for a certain reason. Everything that happens to you so you can get to this special place that you were here for, to do this special thing. I don't know what that is. That's personal to you. You need to create what is your like quest that you're on. Because otherwise, like what? You think you're the type of person that was just meant to be in... Ever watched like a soap opera? You've got the main characters and you've got the people that just sit in the background to make up the scene. You weren't meant to be here with one of those people. You're not one of those people. Unless you believe you are, then you will be. But you shouldn't believe that you are. You can believe other people are fine. But not for yourself. You must believe you were put on here for a reason. And when you generally believe you were put on here for a reason, with your beliefs, interests, and passion towards certain things, there's something that you were here for. And I know this sounds like deep and spiritually, and that might not be your thing, but like, just have an open mind to this, because the other way's not served you. If you're looking like this and can't change, let's understand that way that you've approached life is not serving you. So try my way. Because my way gets results like this, right? My way changes people from literally the depths of like depression to looking powerful. Like literally, like look at the posture, look at the face. That's literally what this will do for you. So we must understand that for the longest of time, the beliefs you've had have got you to look like this. And I don't say that to be patronizing. I say that to be like, oh shit, well if I could just remove those beliefs and adopt the new beliefs, I can just go like this. And it honestly is that simple. The only reason I wasn't where I am today a few years ago is generally just down to my own beliefs and mindset. And that's a great thing, because mindsets can be trained, they can be changed like very easily, just with enough work. I say they can be changed simply. It is work to do it, because the annoying thing is you're trying to unprogram so many years of like bad self-belief. And if you're older, you've got just more data points of believing bad things about you. So we need to create new data points. Honestly, in the beginning, what I want you to do is not really focus on dropping weight or turning up to the gym or like what gym numbers you progressed. I want you to focus on like, how am I being more consistent as a human? How am I being more disciplined as a human? How am I being more resilient as a human? And use the plan more as the vessel, the tools that you're going to use and abuse so you can become that man. So if we said, I'm going to use and abuse the fact I'm going to do 10,000 steps every day so I can confirm to myself that I am consistent. Because each time I do the 10,000 steps that I said I was going to do, it shows I'm consistent. I'm a consistent human being. Look, here's the data on my smartwatch, on my phone that says I did 10,179 steps this day, 10,370, blah, blah, blah. There's the data points for this. That shows you are that human being. You're just going to use that for your own gain. It wasn't about the steps. It was about you becoming someone that was consistent. Also, if you say you're going to do something and you do it, you're going to develop that integrity with yourself, which you're going to develop the love for yourself. Like, look at the difference between the two photos. Do you think this guy loves himself? Probably not, right? But you think this guy loves himself. Fucking right he does. Look at him. Like, he's literally built an amazing physique. And for context, boys, this was 20 weeks, this transformation. It wasn't rapid. It wasn't rapid at all, but look at the difference you can make in 5 months. So you will start to generally develop a better relationship with yourself. And it's, again, we didn't focus on the abs. We focused on developing our integrity to ourselves. Now we love ourselves more. And it's not the I love myself and people are below me. It's not about that. It's I love myself so that when this hard adversity challenge comes to me in the next 67 days, I'm ready for it. I can overcome it. And the people around me can still be okay. That's how you want to love this. You want to see that you love yourself so you're ready for harder things. Because there's going to be harder things than this. There's going to be harder things that you face in life than getting in shape. This is simply just you creating your armor so you're ready to battle against the harder challenges that come in life down the road. Because they're going to come. So look at this as just prep. Look at this as prep for battle. This is what we're doing here. It's so that you can be ready for these points. So we're just going to use the physique development so that you can become a better human being. Because those universal traits you'll use for the rest of your life. And when you've done it for getting in shape, you can do it for everything else. You can do it for the quality of the relationships you have. You can do it for how a typical day in the life looked like for you. You'll be able to do it for your career. Because it's universal traits. It's the character of the individual you are, not really so much about the body itself. The body itself is just a physical trophy. The body itself is just like, right, this guy with this body, if we would just cut his head off, it's like he is consistent, disciplined, resilient, has integrity for himself, is willing to suffer, sees his quest, his work as important. And that's just the guy he is. So it's developed him into the character. And we just see the body, and we know internally that's what that reflects. You see a physique in shape, that's what that reflects. Someone of those character traits without us having to walk around with labels sticking off us. That's really what this resembles. So if you don't focus on the tactic, the quick fix, you're going to get there. People that I've found have tried to get in shape and don't, they'll be like, how long does this take? How long do I have to live like this? Because when you say that, how long do I have to live like this? That's basically saying, I only want to do this for the body. And then as soon as I've got the body, I'm going to go back to living how I did before. And guess what's going to happen? The body's going to leave, because the body's just a reflection of the actions of your life. You don't get to live a certain way and then get the body and then like hand it back and go and live to your other lifestyle. Literally the same way, like, unfortunately, like, I'm not a relationship advice or anything like that, but like, from what I can understand, the divorce rate's so high. It's because people enter a relationship like this, and people at the very beginning are like, yeah, cool, so you've got this trait, this trait, this trait, you look like this. Yeah, I'm willing to sign up for that. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm after. But then over time, this trait leaves, don't look like this anymore, this trait leaves, and then they're like, well, I didn't sign up for this. You're not the person I signed up for, so of course we're going to leave. So you can't become the person, get the person for the relationship, and then be like, no, I'm not actually this person anymore. I can't really be arsed up keeping this, because the person signed up for you to be in a certain way, because that's what you showed them. So if you're not that person, they're just going to be like, well, I didn't sign up for this. This is not what I'm in for. So naturally, through cause and effect, of course they're going to leave. So it really makes sense to me why relationships don't work over the long term, because people are not upkeeping their end of the battle. It's the same for the body. If you don't upkeep it, it's going to leave. It's the same for the house you literally live in. You don't clean it, it's going to deteriorate and become filthy. Like, there's always rent to pay for certain things in life. But that's okay. because you want to enjoy the rent that you have to pay anyway. You want to know that I'm doing the hard work today so that future me can enjoy the body later. You know that you are the man of discipline. It got you to this way, and you wouldn't want to stop being the man of discipline. You tell me now I can't go to the gym for a week. That's going to be the hardest week of my life, because I get my kick off being the discipline guy going to the gym. So you take that away from me. That's going to be harder for me than it is to actually do the discipline. I'm comfy doing the discipline now. I've done it for that many years that this is just who I am. I spent 10 years in the army in the paras, doing the discipline. That's just who I am now. That's why it's literally tattooed on my body. So it's always the reminder of the man I am. So I wanted to leave this with you, that don't think about getting to the end goal and then leaving, because that's the very reason why you're not in shape anyway. Now, as a little side quest, by the way, you don't have to calorie deficit your way forever to keep this body. How you keep it is not the same as how you maintain. How you get there is not the same as how you maintain it. But the actions are the same. You're going to eat at maintenance, but it's still clean food. You're going to train 3 days a week, or the muscle's literally going to leave, but it's not training at 5 days a week. You're still going to do an hour's cardio a week, but you didn't have to do 60 minutes a day to get down there. Getting down there is aggressive because you've literally abused your body to look like this. When you hold this, it's easy. I'm running at maintenance at the minute. Photos were taken at the weekend. I can keep this not a problem. I'm eating 3,400 calories, just because I know people like numbers. I'm eating 3,400 calories. And to be fair, scale weight is holding. I was 77 when this got taken. This morning I'm 76.7. So we're hovering in around a 0.3. And it's been like that for across the last week or two. We're getting stronger in the gym. We're doing, about 60 minutes of cardio a week from boxing, 10,000 steps every day, and we're eating the same clean food every day. And the physique is just maintaining. So when you get there, it's easy to keep the physique. You could eat a lot. Your body turns to a furnace because the muscle needs calories anyway. So just in case you were scared and thought, I have to live in a calorie, you don't, all right? You don't. But notice the things I'm doing every day. I'm sleeping 8 hours. Probably, actually, no, I lie. I sleep 9. I sleep like an absolute baby because it's important to me. I eat clean food every day to a certain target as well that's tracked and recorded. I train every day. And I walk 10,000 steps. So I'm still doing the thing, and that's the rent I have to pay to walk around in this physique. And to be fair, I'm probably going to push it up again to gain more muscle, because the quest of always improving is also important. And that's another thing. I know I was going to wrap the video up, but you always need the quest of progression. It's not even about the muscle, the body. It's about kind of the score itself always going up. Because do you remember the analogy I said, if I was to take half your income away, that'd be hot and painful and uncomfortable? If I was to always be increasing your income, even just by a little bit over a certain time period, you'd be like, this is sick. We're progressing. We're getting better. The same way for me here, if I didn't get results anymore, that'd be sad. No matter, even I've got 76 people a result like this so far since last January. But if I stopped getting results like this, that'd be sad and painful. Because even though I've got a load so far and we've done 2 photo shoots, that's nice. I always want to feel like I'm progressing. I always want to be getting more results, better results. So one of the very first results we ever did was this one, decent. One of the most recent results we did is this one. See the difference, see the quality difference, see the difference in the shots. Here, always progressing. So you always want to be progressing in life, no matter how big nor small, because that's going to keep you happy. As long as you as a man are progressing in a small way towards something that's harder than yourself, your mental health is always going to be in a very good space. And most importantly, so is your self-image. So I'll leave the video on that front, because I think I've given you enough there to understand how we're going to change you as a person. If you want to come join us, by the way, you want me to help you physically do this, come join us inside the Gorilla Platoon. And then, we'll take it from there. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.